Alright, today we are going through the worst drivers on Windows. And now, why am I making this video? Someone left a comment on my fast startup video mentioning how fast startup causes driver problems. And things like this. And then that just gave me the inspiration to just have a little rant about Windows drivers. So let's just get right into it. Okay, we have Realtek audio. First off, you have plugged a device into the audio jack. Yeah. No crap. I just did. Okay. And I have proof that they have not changed the software for a long time. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Here's a really old version of the software. Which device did you plug in? Headphone, not plural, still, new version, Realtek audio console. With that Metro UWP Windows 10 interface. Which device did you plug in? Headphone. The only time that it was corrected was in a Dell customized version of the software, which you can tell it is because it says Dell devices AY410. And that's not Bluetooth, that's just some preset it has for some Dell soundbar or something like that, whatever that is. And honestly, because that guy corrected that, I think he deserves a free spot in computer heaven. Whatever engineer just added that extra S and sorted that out. And of course, you have the HD Audio Manager, which, not a fan. And there's a bunch of weird options that are hidden behind that little folder icon, that little click here, which happened to be in that audio thumbnail, thumbnail that I stole. Okay. And this installer, of course, looks like it is a fake antivirus from 2007. And they're still using it today, which I guess, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Okay. And just under my head is like a little 6, jack audio setup that you see on a lot of motherboards, but it's not really of great relevance. And I have rated Realtek audio about 5 Windows notification sounds out of 10. Look, it is pretty annoying, but it's not that bad. Like, seriously, you could do a lot worse. So just imagine in your head 5 of those. Alright, next slide. Okay, we have touchpads. And now, if you only work on PCs, you might not really be familiar with this, but touchpads can be a real pain in the butt. Sorry, I put down my phone and I was using it as my microphone. Okay. So if you're wondering why your Synaptics touchpad, Synaptics in particular, which I mean, they make most of the PC makers, as in, not Apple, touchpads. I mean, there's a couple other companies, but they're all pretty minor. They actually have hidden an Easter egg in the software. If you see there, 420. It's 420 somewhere. So if you're ever wondering why a Synaptics touchpad doesn't work, it may be because they were blazed while programming it. And I guess in the same vein, if you are frustrated with your Synaptics touchpad drivers, maybe all you need is just a quick hit, and then you'll be fine. Meaning your life is 420 or 42, it should be. Anyway, these serial I/O drivers that get involved with more modern touchpads, a bit of a pain as well. I don't know, this platform's not supported till you get the right download. Eventually you'll get there. Honestly, I didn't put a sound in for this particular slide, but it's definitely less annoying than the Realtek. Or actually, maybe just even, let's say 4.5. 4.5 Windows notification sounds out of 10. Alright, here we go. AMD drivers circa 2011. And now there is a deadly combo. Okay, if you see this, run away as fast as you can. You do not want that. Trying to set that up on Windows 10 is a nightmare. In fact, it is worse than a nightmare. You will never get it to work. You'll have weird sleep issues. And also, need I add at this time, a little bit off the driver's topic, but these old HD GPUs or HD series of GPUs had a tendency to burn. Or not necessarily, burn as in, I don't know, they'd start putting red lines on your screen. They would start malfunctioning very badly, as you can see in the case of that iMac in the bottom right corner. And also, just an added note about these HP DV6 laptops. They were not great. Not good. Anyway, here is a good video that sums it up. You guys may have seen this before, but here you go. Look, I'm not going to show you the whole video, but what happened was the Intel processors survived while the AMD ones burned. So, yeah. 370 degrees Celsius. If that's accurate, that is friggin' hot. Imagine touching that. Alright, and we have a slide to commemorate the death of the AMD Catalyst drivers when the Crimson drivers came out in, I believe, 2016. Honestly, we miss you, but not really. Honestly, Crimson, probably big improvement, I would say. And we have NVIDIA and the GeForce Experience. Of course, you can't mention NVIDIA without mentioning the GeForce Experience. The GeForce Experience you have when you have to log in to download drivers through their app. Which, yeah, and the other thing, constant telemetry. And I also saw, when I was looking at this thread about why does NVIDIA need to spy on me 35,000 times a day / every 2 seconds, I saw someone, that's really coping, and they're like, oh, well, it doesn't affect the performance of your GPU, so why do you care? Like, bloody hell. I don't know, some people. Anyway, also the weird managed 3D settings thing, which apparently is going to give you a bunch of free FPS, according to this guy's YouTube thumbnail, which I highly doubt. But yeah, I just thought I'd include that. And this adjust image settings with preview thing, which I don't know if it was meant to be a benchmark, like at some point, but like some PCs would struggle to run at the quality preset at 10 FPS, but even a GT 710 can go to full quality on that little bottom left adjust image settings with preview. And now, I came across this quite humorous forum post as well while I was looking around. So, here we go. Justify this crap. GTX 550 Ti lag spikes. Can't even run older games now. And look, I'm not going to read through the whole thing. Is my poor, puny 550 Ti not up to the task? Then why did these games used to run fine? Why can it not even run old games now? It's less than 2 years old. Can't see myself buying another GeForce after this. And that was what Curious George says. And then Gothico, I don't know, maybe a gothic dude, whatever. We don't. It's all love around here. I don't know. Go with AMD, come on, and close the door when you're out. I have your same card, and I'm playing the big, badass graphics card killer. I think it said Battlefield 3 at 50 FPS with the rig of my signature in a $100 card in this moment. So stop crying and check these malware you have for visit tons of porn sites. And look, the fact that Curious George is a porn addict is completely a baseless claim, but also I can't help but say I think Curious George was beaten in this argument. I mean, seriously, get off the porn, mate. Get off it. Or at least use incognito for that. Alright, and of course, every story needs a hero. And I think there is no better hero in the driver community than Paul Tikkanen. If you have ever searched for a driver by a device manager hardware ID, you will find his. So he will give you Intel Management Engine drivers, 3D Drive Guard drivers, chipset drivers, management engine. I think I already said management engine, touchpad drivers, Wi-Fi drivers, Bluetooth drivers. When all other downloads fail, Paul's downloads work. So, and this guy, I had a look at when his first post was. It was in 2010. He's got 172,472 posts. Or look, I don't know if they're posts, replies, whatever they are. I don't know if he's been doing it non-stop for all this time or if he took a break at some point, but damn, that is a record. And honestly,
Paul is my knight in shining armor, and I honestly think that he deserves a spot in heaven no matter what he does for the rest of his life, because honestly, he has helped the driver community so much. Not that there is a driver community, more like the PC community, but look, there's a chair, and it is reserved for our HP ones in heaven, or our loved ones, it said, but, you know. Alright, thank you for watching, and just a little bit for closing, right? I just wanted to say that if you have more experience in the industry than me, after all, I am only 17 years old, alright? Some people might have more experience in the industry than I do in living. So I thought if you have anything to share, drop it in the comments, alright? And maybe if you like these kind of computer videos, just leave a comment, because this channel is full of just everything and nothing at the same time. So if you guys like the computer videos, I'll drop more of them, because there's a lot in this head. Alright, that's all I'm going to say. Thank you very much for watching.